number of 2024 Republican candidates, but notably not former President Trump, are getting ready to attend Friday's Family Leadership Summit in Des Moines. The Christian conservative organization's signature event is seen as influential for evangelical voters in the state. Iowa's caucuses, of course, lead off the GOP's 2024 calendar on January 15th. And according to the latest data I've seen, evangelical voters could make upwards of 60% of the turnout on that caucus evening. Joining us now is Amanda Rooker, chief political reporter for KCCI, a CBS affiliate in Iowa. Amanda, always great to see you. You'll be on hand tomorrow. What's the importance of this event, and how much does it matter that Trump won't be there?
Well, Major, great to be here. And as you mentioned, evangelicals are such an important group of Iowans within the Republican Party here. And many of them are going to be here tomorrow at that Iowa Family Leadership Summit. Now, this is a group of voters that candidates have been courting. They've been meeting with faith leaders. They've been hosting campaign kickoffs at churches, Donald Trump being one of them. The last time he was in Iowa, met with faith leaders, but he will not be here tomorrow to try to court that group. Now, 6 of his competitors will be, and they'll be able to make a pitch to Iowa Republicans that they are the candidates that represent evangelical interests, while Trump will not be able to make that pitch.
So Iowa's Republican Governor Kim Reynolds has been the target of some backlash from the former president because he says the governor is tacitly supporting Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, even though the governor has said, as previous governors have ahead of the Iowa caucuses, that they're going to remain neutral. Is this having any effect there on the ground among the conversation among likely caucus voters?
It's hard to say what the impact of those comments will be, but I can tell you it's certainly something that's being talked about among Iowa Republicans. And the major thing that I'm hearing is that these comments were really jarring to a lot of Iowa Republicans. They love Governor Kim Reynolds. She is incredibly popular among Iowa Republicans. Her approval rating near 90% among Iowa Republicans, and she cruised to victory and re-election in 2022, won by nearly 20 points there. So Iowa Republicans love her, and hearing Donald Trump criticize Reynolds was very confusing to some, frustrating to others. One top Iowa Republican I just spoke to was at the State House this week for a special legislative session. He told me that there was a lot of conversation of people saying, you know, this makes Trump look like a wild card or more unhinged or someone who's willing to attack someone that is very popular in Iowa. And does that mean that he'll put Iowans' interests first? Although it's unlikely that these comments would really shake hardcore support from that fiery, white-hot Trump base. But what Iowa Republicans are telling me it may do is it leaves the door open for Iowans that are maybe on the fence about Trump to really look at some of the other candidates. And again, just tomorrow, we're going to have 6 other candidates here that Iowans can talk to and meet. Trump will not be here to defend his case.
So this week, the governor is going to sign a 6-week abortion ban. What effect do you think that will have on the event tomorrow and the ongoing conversation about how specific Republicans seeking support in Iowa will need to be on that issue?
Well, Major, abortion has already been such a central issue in the 2024 race for the Republican nomination, and it's going to be central at the Family Leadership Summit tomorrow. Governor Reynolds is going to sign a fetal heartbeat bill, a 6-week abortion ban at that summit, and this is going to be a chance for candidates to really make clear their position on abortion. Trump, who's kind of waffled on abortion policy in the past, again, won't be able to do that here tomorrow.
KCCI's Amanda Rooker, thanks so very much.